Had a fantastic time co-guiding with Guide Ben on the Duke of Edinburgh Silver trip with the Barradine College students. The 3-night, 4-day trip was well organized and set up efficiently from the beginning. The gear was sorted, the students were looked after, and it was a well-executed trip. The easygoing nature of Guide Ben meant that the students found it stress-free. Safety systems were top-notch, meaning that the teenagers were well cared for and in safe hands. Of note was the educational experience that the students received. Ben went to great lengths to ensure that the students had a robust knowledge of navigation and were ready to lead their sections of the trip. He equipped them with the thinking needed to carry out their leadership responsibilities while supporting them to make safe decisions. This was apparent as he would get the group to huddle and reflect, then discuss while informing them of what was needed. All in all, it was an easy trip as a co-guide because it was stress-free and the students had a lot of fun. We had an amazing day with Daniel. He's an amazing guide and knew so much about the plant life, birds, and answered any questions we had. The kayak ride was nice and leisurely. The water was quite calm and the weather was ideal. The hike was an incline but not bad at all, and the views at the top of Rangitoto are absolutely worth it. The day started at St. Helier's Beach at 8:30 and ended at the same place about 2 p.m., which was perfect leaving time in the day to walk around and have a nice dinner. Definitely worth it for anyone visiting. We had a beautiful day for kayaking and hiking. It's not for the faint of heart as the hiking portion can be strenuous at times, but it is definitely worth doing this tour. Lunch provided after the hike was delicious. We had an excellent tour guide, Ben, who you can tell loves what he does. He was very gracious when I was struggling a bit on the hiking portion. He also made sure that everyone stayed together during the kayaking and hiking. Highly recommend Ben for your tour guide on this excursion. Our guide Daniel was terrific. Based on the condition of the water and incoming rain, he provided us with an alternative option for our kayak trip to avoid rough water. We headed to Browns Island where we hiked to see inside the old volcano crater. Afterward, we paddled back to a private beach area and enjoyed a delicious lunch. The paddle back was difficult but short. Had we headed to Rangitoto Island, it would have been very difficult. Thanks to Daniel for making the best of our excursion. The Brown Island excursion was magnificent. We were originally supposed to go to Rangitoto, but we had to change our destination because of the wind. We were not disappointed, quite the opposite. The island was magnificent and the view from its summit over Auckland Bay was incredible. Ben, our guide, was very knowledgeable and full of good energy. The barbecue was so good. I found it incredible to discover such a wild place near Auckland. I really recommend it 100%. The best experience I've done in New Zealand so far. I loved every second of the activity. Our instructors Ben and Camilla were so knowledgeable and friendly, the views were incredible, food was delicious, and the kayaking was unforgettable, especially in the dark. I was blown away by how much equipment we were given: fleeces, coats, torches, splash skirts, shoes and more. Way beyond my expectations. Would recommend to anyone. Smiles. I cannot give enough compliments to our wonderful tour guide, K8L31GHN. She was so great at answering our questions, each and every one, and made me feel comfortable as a beginning kayaker. It was really cool to have a young woman like K8L31GHN as a guide, and she really helped us think of fun things to do in Auckland for our last night. Thank you, K8L31GHN.